Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. So today, 2nd Feb 2026, and we listened to Baba's elevated versions yesterday evening. So we will revise that Murli. The original date of the Murli is 2nd Feb 2007. So almost after 20 years, we are listening to this Murli again. The essence of Murli was the sign of a soul full of godly attainments, holiest, highest, and richest. Hmm. So you all must have heard this yesterday, and I had this feeling that Baba has so much love, and I felt like he was looking at his children with so much pure pride, that who his children are and what they have become. So Baba said that the soul is full of attainments, godly attainments. So the sign, when Baba mentioned, the sign of a soul full of godly attainments, holiest, highest, and richest. Today the world transformer Bapdada has come to meet his companion children. He is seeing 3 special attainments on the forehead of each child: holiest, highest, and richest. The foundation of this knowledge is holy, that is to be pure. So each child is holiest. Purity is not just celibacy, but purity in thoughts, words, deeds, relationships, and connection. Just see, you godly Brahmin souls are the holiest in all 3 aspects of time: the beginning, the middle, and the end. First of all, when souls reside in the Param Dham, you are the holiest there. Yeah, so one of the other Murlis, Baba has said that you souls are pure in the beginning, you souls are pure in your eternal form, you souls are pure in the end as well. So Baba is saying that the first form, that is the eternal form in the Param Dham, when souls reside in Param Dham, you are the holiest there. Then when you come down in the beginning, you are the holiest soul in the deity form. The speciality of a holiest soul, that is of a pure soul, is that of remaining completely pure while living with a family. So speciality of this purity we follow is Baba is saying you are completely pure while living with the family. Others too become pure, but the speciality of your purity is that impurity doesn't touch your mind or intellect, even in your dreams. In the golden age, you souls are pure and your bodies are also pure. So Baba is now talking about the golden age. The first form, that is in Paramdham, the supreme bowl, and then the second one Baba is saying in the golden age, in the deity form. The purity of both the soul and the body of the deity souls is elevated purity. Just as you become the holiest, in the same way you also become the highest. You also become the highest. You are the highest of all Brahman souls, and you have become the children of the highest on high Father. So Baba is now explaining the second speciality, that why are you highest? How are you highest? So you're the highest of all, that is, you're a Brahmin. And then you become children of the highest and high Father. In the beginning, in Param Dham, you are the highest, that is, you reside with the Father. The highest and high Father in the highest abode. And so Baba says you are also highest in Param Dham. In the middle too, you become worthy of worship soul. Such beautiful temples are built to you, and you are worshipped with such discipline, with the right method. You deities are worshipped in the temples with the right method. Similarly, temples are built to others too, but only your deity form is worshipped with the right method. So you are holiest and also the highest. Together with that, you are also the richest. In the world, it is said, richest in the world. But you elevated souls are richest in the cycle. So in the world, they will consider richest in the world, right? At present, but Baba is saying you're richest in the entire cycle. You are the richest throughout the cycle. Do you remember your treasures? How many treasures are you the masters of? The imperishable treasures that you attain in this one birth last for many births. No one else's treasures last for many births. Yeah? So how are you richest, Baba is saying? You have all the treasures, and the treasures are imperishable. They last for many births. No one else's treasures last for many births. However, your treasures are spiritual. The treasure of powers, the treasure of knowledge, the treasure of virtues, the treasure of elevated thoughts, and the treasure of the present time. All of these treasures last for birth after birth. The treasures attained in one birth go with you because you have attained them from God. So these treasures go along. Why? Baba is saying because you receive them from God, and that is why actually they are imperishable. So the treasures attained in one birth go with you because you have attained them from God, the Father, the bestower of all treasures. So do you have the intoxication that your treasures are imperishable? You have become easy yogis in order to attain these spiritual treasures. You accumulate the treasures with the power of remembering. Yes, so now Baba has given us the method how we can accumulate these treasures and how we can increase our account of accumulation. What is the method? So Baba says, you accumulate the treasures with the power of yoga, remembrance. Also at this time, you are carefree emperors who are full of all treasures. Do you have any worries? Baba was asking this, right? Do you have any worries? Do you? Because these treasures cannot be stolen by any thief. No king can eat them or take them, nor can water drown them, and you are therefore carefree emperors. Yeah, so Baba is saying you're full of treasures, but you are carefree because these treasures are imperishable. Hmm? So these treasures always stay in your awareness, do they not? And why is remembrance easy? The basis of having greater remembrance is the basis of remembrance is relationship and attainment. Right? We explain this usually when we do the course, no? So when meditation becomes easy, when you forge a relationship with God and you know what are your attainments. The Baba is saying the basis of having greater remembrance is relationship and attainment. The lovelier the relationship, the more natural your remembrance is because there is love in the relationship. So where there is love, it is not difficult to remember. It is not difficult to remember the one you love. In fact, it is difficult to forget that one. Yeah? So if we forget Baba, that means that is a sign that there is lack of love, right? Baba is saying that if you have love, then there is remembrance easy. So the Father has created the basis for all relationships. Do all of you experience yourselves to be easy yogis? Or are you yogis who find it difficult? Is it easy or is it sometimes easy and sometimes difficult? When you remember the Father with a relationship and with love, remembrance is not difficult. Yeah? So remembrance is not difficult when you remember with a relationship and with love. Also remember the attainment. Yeah, so usually we talk about the four aspects of remembrance when we explain it to the new people, right? That is introduction, relationship, love, and attainments. So we know we have the introduction who Baba is. So Baba is saying when your remembrance becomes easy when there is a loveful relationship and you're aware of your attainments. Also remember the attainments. The bestower of all attainments has given you all attainments. So, do you experience yourself to be full of all treasures? Bab Dada has also told you the easy way to accumulate the treasures. The way to attain all the imperishable treasures is a dot. Just a dot, a point. Baba is saying, what is the way? The way to attain all the imperishable treasures is a dot. Just as perishable treasures increase by adding a zero, similarly, the method to accumulate the imperishable treasures is also a dot. Yeah, so you add a zero, the value increases. So Baba is saying, same method for imperishable treasures, that is also, apply a dot. There are the three dots. The soul is a dot, the Father is a dot, and whatever happens in the drama is a full stop, that is a dot. Yes, so the three dots, 3 points, we know. The soul, the Father, and drama. So do you know how to apply a dot? What is the easiest punctuation mark to apply? It is to apply a dot, right? It's the easiest one. So the soul is a dot, the Father is a dot, and through this awareness, your treasures automatically accumulate. So just as Baba said earlier that the method to accumulate the treasures is remembrance. And easy remembrance is the soul is a dot, the Father is a dot. By remembering the dot, that is Baba, In a second, you receive so much happiness. By remembering the dot in a second, you receive so much happiness. All of these treasures are the right of your Brahmin life. Because to be a child means to have a right, and you especially have a right to the three relationships. Now Baba talks about the three relationships. You made God your father, your teacher, and also your Satguru. Through these three relationships, you attain, so three attainments through the three relationships. So you attain sustenance, the study, which is the source of income, and blessings from the Satguru. So, three attainments from the three relationships, God as Father, Teacher, and Satguru. So, sustenance, study, and blessings. You receive the blessings so easily. It is a child's birthright to receive blessings from the Father. Bagdada is checking every child's account of accumulation. All of you should also check your account of accumulation at every moment. The method to check. Now Baba is giving us the method to check the account of accumulation. The method to check whether you have accumulated or not is whatever actions you performed, you yourself should be content, and whoever you performed that action with should also be content. That's a very simple and easy way to understand whether I'm accumulating or not. So Baba is saying whatever you do, you accumulate, no? So whether you are accumulating or what, creating a loss for yourself, you understand by your feeling of contentment. If you feel content and the souls around you, whoever you're working with, if they feel content as well, then Baba says you accumulate in your account. If there is contentment in both, then you can understand that you have accumulated in your account. If there isn't contentment in yourself or in the one with whom you performed that action, then you haven't accumulated. So, account of accumulation can be checked on the basis of your feeling of contentment. Bap Dada also continues to warn all of you children about the time. This present time of the confluence age is the most elevated of all throughout the whole cycle. Because it is this confluence age that is the time to sow the seeds of elevated actions. Yeah, so we understand this, right? That confluence age is the time to sow seeds of elevated actions, time to sow the seeds so that we can eat the fruits throughout the cycle. So in the entire cycle, we don't sow the seeds actually. So it's only now on the basis of which we receive through the cycle. So Baba is saying this is the time to sow the seeds of elevated actions. It is the time to attain the practical instant fruit. Every second of the confluence is the most elevated of all. And then Baba said that, can all of you become stable in the bodiless stage in 1 second? Can all of you become stable in the bodiless stage in 1 second? Bapdada has told you an easy method. Adopt a method for constant remembrance. Yeah? So Baba always says, no, you work around your routine. see where, you apply certain yukti, see how you can make the remembrance constant. So Baba is saying you adopt a method, for your constant remembrance. All of you speak 2 words throughout the day. And you say those words many times. Those 2 words are I and mine. When you say the word I, the Father has given you the introduction, I am a soul. So whenever you say the word I, then remember I am a soul. Yeah, in yesterday's morning Murli as well, Baba said this point, right? That you use your power of transformation and transform these 2 words. Because you cannot just let go. Throughout the day, you say so many times, I am mine. So don't leave it, but just transform it. So whenever you say I am soul, do not think of I alone. Together with this, think I am soul, because you know that you are an elevated soul, that you are a soul who is within godly. You are a soul who is within godly sustenance. And when you say the word mine, who is mine? My Baba, that is God the Father. So whenever you say these words, I and mine, then make this addition, I the soul and my Baba. The more you bring about the consciousness of mine with the Father, the easier your remembrance will become. The more you bring about the consciousness of mind with the Father, the easier your remembrance will become. The more you bring about the consciousness of mind with the Father, the easier your remembrance will become. Because you never forget anything that is yours. Throughout the day, you only remember the things that are yours. Throughout the day, you only remember the things that are yours. With this method, you can easily become constant yogis. Bap Dada has made every child sit on the seat of self-respect. If you bring the list of self-respect into your awareness, it is such a long list. When you are stable in your self-respect, there cannot be body consciousness. There will either be body consciousness or self-respect. The meaning of self-respect is to come from that place of elevated awareness that is the soul. Yeah, so Baba is saying that body consciousness and self-respect do not exist together. It's like sometimes there is ego or sometimes there is arrogance and then we say it is self-respect. But Baba is saying that body consciousness and self-respect cannot stay together. So are all of you stable in your self-respect? The more you are stable in your self-respect, the more natural it will be to give respect to others. It is so easy to remain stable in your self-respect. So do all of you remain happy? Those who remain happy themselves also make others happy. Bab Dada always says, never lose your happiness throughout the day. Why? Happiness is such that in just that happiness there is health, there is wealth, and you are also happy. Right? So when you are happy, you are healthy. When you are healthy, you are also wealthy. So Baba is saying in one happiness there is all these three. health, wealth, and happiness. If there isn't happiness, life is without sweetness. It is of happiness that it is said there is no treasure like happiness. No matter how many treasures you have, if you haven't got happiness, then you cannot attain anything from the treasures. Yeah, you have the treasures, but you're not happy. Then Baba says it's of no use, no? It is of happiness that it is said there is no nourishment like happiness. So wealth is happiness, health is happiness. Happy is said, and so you are happy anyway. So there are all these three things in happiness. The Father has given you the treasure of imperishable happiness. So do not lose the Father's treasures. So do you always remain happy? Bap Dada has given you the homework to remain happy and to distribute happiness. Because happiness is such that the more you distribute it, the more it will increase. Have you experienced this? You have experienced this, have you not? Yeah, right? If you distribute happiness, before distributing, it increases in you. When you make others happy, you are yourself happy first. Then only you can make others happy. So Baba says when you distribute happiness, your happiness increases. When you please someone, you yourself become happy. So have all of you done your homework? Have you? Those who have done it, raise your hand. So Baba is asking about the homework, that have you maintained your chart of happiness, or you lost your happiness? Those who have done it to remain happy, not to give reasons and excuses, but to be an embodiment of solutions. Baba had said this last time, right? This chart of being an embodiment of solutions, not to give any excuses or reasons. So Baba is saying, raise your hand. Now you will not say that this happened, will you? Some children have written to Bap Dada with their result saying to what percentage they remained okay. If you keep the aim, you automatically develop the qualifications for the aim. So if you keep the aim, then you work towards it, and then you automatically develop the qualifications according to your aim. So Baba says, if you keep the aim, you will develop the qualifications for the aim. Acha. So we can stop here and Shanti. So let's have a moment of silence and then we can churn on this Murli. Om Shanti. Anyone would like to share what is the takeaway? What inspiration you received from Baba?
Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Today's my takeaway from this movie, that's happiness. It's all the treasures. It's a method. get all the treasures, whatever we have accumulated or not. But when we are become happy, so then happy, healthy, and wealthy. That's three of we are going to get. So this is my takeaway and remembrance. It's easy yogi, easy and natural yogi. It's a second method also. So and third one is I and my. It's two words. It's make you easy yogi. So that is my takeaway. Om Shanti.
Thank you for sharing. So very important points, Brother Revise. Then what we can practice. Mm,
Yeah, Om Shanti. So Baba talked about the every Brahmin soul, has three crown on their forehead. So the highest one is the holiest, highest, and the richest. So being holiest means having complete purity in thoughts, words, and action, relationship, and connection. And then highest means having the highest on the children, because children of the highest on high father. So we become worthy worship in the even in the middle cycle. So we are highest and the richest in the whole cycle, Baba says. So master of imperishable all treasures that we take from Baba, and therefore we become the richest of the whole kalpa. And another one is the so the basis for any basis of easy remembrance. For Baba says we have to have and relationship and plus relationship, the remembrance will become natural. Anything we make it mine, right? My and I am a soul, and mine is one Baba and another. So this will make the remembrance easy, and therefore we'll have so much of attainments. Yeah, thank you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Sharna sister. Again, I was just yesterday, for me, it looked like more a revision of the Murli. If you see, even what Baba mentioned in the Sunday Murli, some of the points were reiterated. Like how nicely he explained, like, I would say an English teacher. He says, why I'm highest? Because where you are staying, you're staying in the highest. The tar, I don't think there is any tar greater than Paramdam tar. So high I'm staying. And then he comes down to my other form, what I call it as I'm being worshipped, as the deity form is worshipped. So then he explains very clearly the meaning of holiest. And of course, it's not easy to understand the word richest in the worldly context. He says, I'm richest because the treasures which I get is imperishable. And the mathematical concept which Baba always says, there they have to add a zero from 1, 10, 100, 1,000, which Baba always mentions in his Murdis. Here, Baba is saying just three dots. So this kind of, an explanation, I don't know, as a teacher, for me, I feel it really stays in the mind. Then he also says, don't worry, no thief will come and take away your treasures. No, like, that in Hindi there's a thing, water cannot drown, king cannot take, and also I like this. There are two titles which I always take. One is I Master Sarva Shaktivan, and other is the scared Begum Purke Befikar Badsha. That also Baba, and Baba, as you said, is given three things. One is the three dots, and then he nicely combines that with the three relationships. That's why I said for me it looked like a relationship Murli. I mean, and English Murli, it looked like to me, where the Baba is revising the concept with us. Then when it comes to the warning, Baba has to come down. He has to see that the children just telling them, I say hungi and all. That one thing where he speaks about, which this is what he spoke in the Sunday Murli also. The same Murli he says about this I and mine. Such a revision it is. What is I? What you should remember. What is mine? What you should remember. That's why, as I said, when the Murli was going on, I said, Baba, you are revising a lot. And if you remember in that paragraph, when Baba finished all this, there was a lot of gap. I was thinking, okay, what is going to revise next now? He just spoke about that wonderful thing which he says about happiness. And again, there he gives us the three things. So it was more of a three Murli, as I told you, it was for me a revision. Uh, that's what as I told you, it was some not Dharna Murli, it was more what to say, reminding thing. I think that's what I felt. But I liked the end when he went to groups and he specifically spoke. Of course, it was. The Murli says Karnataka zone, but it was some other zone and Gujarat zone. And the way Baba spoke for them and for the double foreigners, even that aspect. I wouldn't say it was a heavy Murli. I would say it was just revising my points. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I, I also felt like that. That it's like a movie of threes, like three words in the beginning, three. What did Baba say? That three attainments can Baba see on the forehead: holiest, highest, and richest. And then Baba spoke about the three dots, three relationships, three attainments. So, yeah, it was a very nice reminder, as you said. And also, very simple thing, Baba, the basics Baba revised. The basis of remembrance, three things: relationship, love, and attainment, awareness of your attainments. So, again, there were these three things. And then while very nicely while explaining about how you are richest, Baba went on to the topic of account of accumulation. Hmm? What is your account of accumulation? How you can check whether you are accumulating or not? And then the method also, the three dots Baba said, the method to increase your account.
Sister, just to add,
Yeah.
if you would have watched yesterday, in the from Madhuban, you
Mm.
must really go through what Jayanti Ben had summarized. This is the same thing she had said. It was wonderful to hear from her when Jayanti Ben summarized about. She spoke about more, of course, about accumulation. And I think Jayanti Ben, after all the trip which she has gone down and all, it was for me very rich to listen to her. And what I feel, no, Sharmila Ben, it's just my viewpoint. Shivratri is coming. Bap Dada is going to give us a very, very, very big task because it's an important year. I don't know why. So maybe he said, okay, let me give something simple to the children. So yesterday he just revised with us something. Let's wait for February 14. It's not only Valentine's Day, but it's also Shivratri Murli. I think we should just gear ourselves for a big something. I don't know what, because the Shiva is going to be very, very, very prominent. Om
Yeah,
Shanti.
it can be because it's 90th birthday. So, yeah. And in Pune, we are doing, each center is doing 90 programs. So like we are hoisting Baba's flag at 90 places, like Baba's children's homes. So for me, it was like, it's kind of revolution, कि घर घर में Baba का झंडा है ऐसे. It gave that feeling because we've already started doing that. Yeah, as you're saying that big Shivratri is coming up. Anyone else would like to share?
I did feel we become richer by conserving our energies, by putting full stop. Like as Baba says, by putting more zeros to one to become richer in terms of money. But here you're putting full stops to all waste, negative, and that's when you save your soul's energy and become more richer. That's one nice message I felt. And the definition of being holiest, Baba says, when we are in Parandam, we are the most purest, and that's when we are most holiest. I think that.
Yeah, just to adding on to what Vinod Bhai just mentioned and reiterating what Girija Ben and others spoke about, it's a Murli of threes. And the Bindu point, Baba says that in the Lokik, if you keep on adding Bindu, the value of the wealth increases. And Baba's given a simple way here to increase the happiness, wealth, and health by putting full stop. And that is also the series of three. Who I am is a Bindi. Baba is Bindi and Rama is Bindi. That is also a series of three, is what Baba has mentioned. This is fully is truly the concept of three that Baba has connected at different levels. And then further, Baba speaks about happiness, and he says that's the best diet that one can take and give. Om Shanti.
Sharmila Ben, can you just throw your ideas on this one point? I know it's something which each one of us have our own approach. See, I am a dot, Baba's a dot. That's wonderful. But this drama yesterday on a dot, Baba added something on whatever has happened. Yeah, that's the most thing which is not. Sometimes we cannot just forget people or situations or whatever has happened which has really hurt us or something. We say let go, we say everything and all, but somewhere deep corner of the soul, it is there, ready to emerge when again it refires. So I was just thinking, what is the practical thing? There are so many books, everything written, let the past be past, the power of the present by Eckhart Tolle, all that is there. But see, Baba is a simple man. So, what do you think your view should be for this third? And yesterday, remember, you just say drama is a dot. Jo hua tha, jo past mein hua. Can you just throw your point, and if even others could share? Om Shanti.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not very easy to forget if somebody has, I mean, if you have that feeling of hurt in your mind or heart. But what I feel practically is sitting with Baba and cleaning your mind space and heart space again and again. Even if it emerges again and again, you do it again and again. Just hand over it to Baba. And then I feel practically you come to a point where you will remember that, but that thing doesn't bother you anymore, or it doesn't disturb you, it doesn't emerge that feeling of hurt again inside you. That's what my experience is. I feel that you never forget certain things, but you come to a point where even if you remember, you have that memory, it doesn't give you trouble. It doesn't create that pain in you again. It's just gone. Like people talk about forget and forgive and forget. I feel okay. When you forgive, even if you don't forget, then that is okay because it doesn't give that, you don't create that pain, that hurt, that guilt, whatever that negative feeling is again and again inside you. That is only forgiveness, or that is only putting a full stop. Yeah, sometimes, as you said, it is not easy to put a full stop, but then it's my effort to do it again and again. And I mostly, Avyakt Murli's helped me in that. Whenever at such times I would read a paragraph of Avyakt Murli, and magically or Baba, some point related to that would come up and it helped me. So as of now, my experience is that you sit with Baba, clean your mind space again and again. And definitely you come to a point where it will not create that pain again inside you.
I agree with you, Shablaven, what you spoke. And if we go back to yesterday's Murli's Vardhan, that supported me to come out of a situation where there were a lot of harsh words being spoken few weeks back. And yes, being a human, I got hurt. But I think yesterday's Murli's Vardhan just made it flat that even if somebody is doing something, can you be to upkar? Can you be in upkari ko bhi upkar karo was the word being used, and make your stage in a state that anybody who has anything wrong against you, that gets transformed when the person comes in front of you. Reading again and again that blessing point actually dissolved um, all that thoughts that were running on my mind. So I absolutely resonate to what you're talking, Sharmila Ben, that Avyak Murli definitely supports a lot in the situation. Of course, Sakar Murli would also do. But for me, it's Avyak Murli that is my point to connect if anything else is not getting resolved all by myself.
Also, in yesterday's Murli, one point which really struck me this time was Baba said, in relationships, when you come in relationships, you look at others. So you look at others' specialities, you look at their qualities. If it is in your relationship, something is bothering you or disturbing you, then this practice really helps. Looking at the specialities of them, because our focus is on the weakness or the negative behavior or something which we don't like, but we need to shift them. Try to see. Sometimes it is jabardasti types. You have to see their speciality, and you change your mindset. You change your attitude.
My sister, what you said, I agree with you for self. You know why I asked you this question? I don't know why, whenever something happens to me, immediately Baba highlights in the Murli. When I was traveling, I think day before yesterday, I was just having a casual talk with a person. Something happened in his life and all, and he was sharing. So when I gave the same concept as let go, and I also said be in the present, see you're happy now, and all. You know what is that term he used when I told him to put a dot? It really shocked me. That's why I said, he said, you're asking me to put a dot. For me, it's a bleeding dot. It's
Mhm.
not a dot which is going to heal. I just couldn't reply to him because I have never heard such kind of terms and all. And rightly in the Murli also, when Baba spoke, I said, oh my God, this also could be people. They can, it's not easy to put a dot when that. So, what do you do with such kind of, you know, so
And
much thing? What can you say? What can we do? He
mhm.
used that word bleeding dot. It hit me. I couldn't reply.
I can understand, and I have also. I mean, but yeah, but you have to, journaling helps. Writing helps. You write and just the more you write and give it to Baba, it you feel light, no? You feel light. Because we don't openly share with anyone, such things are there. So when you write and give it to Baba, then it helps a lot. It's easy to say to others, put a dot, but yeah, it's a matter of practice. Some people have really some experiences which are very um, it's difficult to just let go of it. But then if you have to choose, no, you have to choose. You want to heal, you want to move ahead, or you just want to keep on crying and be in that loop of, that negative thinking. So if you want to come out, if you want to move ahead, then you have to do some effort. And that effort is just write and give it to Baba. If you can't do anything else, you just write it. That's the easiest thing.
I think you're right. I don't know if you remember when we were young, they say when there is a bleeding, they used to take a cloth and they used to tie it over there. I don't know. I think the term, if I'm wrong, Vinod, by doctor can correct me. It's called as tourniqueting or something. I think when I was young, so they used to just tie it with something so that the blood stops. So I think we have to find out a spiritual, what is that spiritual thing. I was just thinking, but that moment I said nothing because, see, I'm by heart, I just talk to people. It really hit me. So I think we should go into the spiritual tourniqueting, how to tie so that the blood doesn't bleed anymore, maybe.
Mm. Yeah. Mm.
I think, sister, if I may say, bleeding per se is a process. Dot is actually a stop. So if there cannot be something kind of a bleeding dot. I think it is more of metaphorical that the brother is in more of pain, but such a thing is actually not existent. So if you can take it knowledgefully and link to his pain probably and send vibrations, maybe he will feel. I can only say, yeah, probably, yeah, sharing with your loved ones or reading the movie, sitting in yoga, reconciling, becoming more intellectual will help you probably to overcome such troublesome times and thoughts.
Yeah, when you see with a broader perspective, with the three aspects of time in your mind, you know then that there is benefit. Okay. All right. Let's remember Baba and we can practice the drill, what Baba said yesterday. I and my Baba is my world. Okay, a few minutes of silence and then we can close. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Sharmila Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.